Okay. Hello, hello. Welcome to Heart, Martian. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Good. Very happy that you accepted our invitation. We are very happy to and excited to have this discussion with you tonight on this beautiful Thursday evening.
So
Well, Thursday evening for me. Is it Thursday evening for you?
just about. I guess it's just shy of evening.
So where are
Getting
you?
there. Pacific Coast. So I'm in California.
You're in California. Why were
hmm
you not at TwitchCon?
Why was I not at TwitchCon? That's an excellent question. I actually have a friend who lives like right by there. I could have even just stayed at his house, but I didn't end up doing it. I really should
Wow.
have gone. I regret it.
Wow. I mean, um, that sucks. That's,
Yep. There's always next time.
yeah, yeah, you can actually just put it in your agenda for next year. What
Definitely.
about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Martian, what is Martian your real name?
No, it's Marshall.
Marshall. So it's very similar. So how did you come up with your name?
So the in back in high school, my buddy liked to give each of us a nickname based on superheroes, and the best he could come up with for me was Martian Manhunter. So that's where Martian comes from. Um, and Martian was taken on Twitch because like it's a common word, right? And I didn't want to put a bunch of weird characters in my name. There's a character I do like from Dragon Ball Z, MartianBuu, or Majin Buu rather. I've been saying MartianBuu for like forever now, so I can't say Majin Buu anymore. Um, but yeah, so it's Majin Buu is the character from Dragon Ball Z. Majin sounds vaguely like Martian, so I just threw a boo on the end of Martian there, and that's how we got it.
Nice. How long have you been streaming?
I started streaming in Ashes, so I got furloughed from my job because of COVID, and I'd always kind of wanted to stream, so I took the opportunity to give it the old college try and picked it up then.
Okay, so when COVID got there, you stopped working in the job you had at that moment.
Correct.
What was the job you had at that moment?
I was a rehab assistant at a chiropractor's.
Really? And they had to get rid of that job? They're not like essential services?
Well, I mean, the volume was down, right? Uh, we used to have like a bunch of people, which is why they needed me. But everyone was afraid to go anywhere. So the customers or the patients were down by like I don't know, it was like 80% or something. It was super dead. He couldn't pay anyone. He didn't have the business.
Okay. And have you been working back as a chiropractor after?
No, I've been this has been going well, so I've been putting all the effort into Twitch and YouTube.
Good, good. So it's basically been 3 years.
Yeah,
Not yet, but soon 3 years.
soon 3 years indeed, right?
Yeah, in March.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's kind of like a success story that everyone wants to hear, you know?
Yeah,
COVID hit.
it's been a dream. It's been great.
So COVID was a blessing for you.
It's hard to say that because like it's not for everyone, but there's definitely an upside. It gave me the opportunity and motivation to try and do something I actually wanted to do.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's like it's super interesting, and I think most people want to learn a little bit more about that because I think it's a dream that a lot of people have or had.
Mm.
But I mean, it's definitely not easy to be a streamer and to make content creation, to be a content creator. What do you think is your edge on everyone else? Why were you successful right off the bat?
Uh, Consistency. So like for my first year, I was doing 8-hour streams 6 days a week. So like I was always on. That I think is a huge part of it. But also, I'm not attached to doing things my own way. So like the idea I had of streaming was like you just play the video game and talk to chat the whole time, and that's the end of it. That's all you have to do. And then whoever's good at it ends up being successful. Was what I had in my mind. But you really you got to branch out a bit if you want to. There is still that element of like being good at it, being on a lot, and getting a little lucky. Definitely, that's still an element of it. But you really got to be on YouTube as well. So like, I've been modifying my schedule and allocating a lot more time over there to be discoverable, and that's what really like has kept me going. Because like at the point where I was starting to think like maybe I have to, think about like what I'm gonna do when this peters out. Then the YouTube started picking up, and when the YouTube started picking up, my Twitch started picking up. So everything's been just growing because I invested over there. I would say like that's important. As far as like what is unique to me, I think what I'm best known for is being calm, I guess. Like I don't when things don't go my way on stream, I'm usually stay together, stay like having fun, keep a positive vibe.
You like me?
Yeah. Excellent. That's good to hear. But yeah, that's kind of like my niche.
Good.
And
Yeah.
it helps to have like the cornered market of wild too. There's a lot less competition from like the people, because there's no incentive for people to get the the invites to Master Tour and stuff like that. So there's not a lot. If you're into wild, there's much less competition. So it makes things a little bit easier, I think.
But as we saw recently on Twitter, a lot of competitive players decided to just focus on streaming because competitiveness, the competitive side of things, is not always the most profitable in the long term. So I kind of feel that lots of players are starting to realize that, and unfortunately are going into the more streaming part of things.
Mm. Oh, like you're saying like the tournaments are paying less, is what you're saying?
Well, not necessarily paying less, but there's maybe like maybe there's less opportunity. Maybe there's less cash prize pool. Maybe also like in a long term, like if you stream and you get an income every day compared to like the chance of winning a tournament, and so you're like stressed, you like dedicate like 2 weeks into practicing or making decks for that tournament, for example, and then you're not even guaranteed of winning, and like traveling to another country, which we haven't done that much during the pandemic, but I think it's starting to pick up again. So I think that people are I don't know if you've been into this discussion on social media, but that was a hot topic on Twitter.
Gotcha. Actually, I think I missed that.
Okay.
I remember a while back when I guess they were going to discontinue the Grandmasters. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Or people, like, is that a hot topic right now?
What?
Is the tournament change? Is that a hot topic right now?
Well, I haven't followed the tournament change. I've been Twitter, and I for sure for you it's easy to miss stuff because most of the things are retweets about like the bundles right now. So it's a bit difficult to
yeah, definitely.
So I do understand that everyone is missing part on what's going on into the real world. But and a lot of people are stopping to use Twitter also. So
yeah, it's I picked up the Hive thing.
You did.
It didn't go anywhere, but I have one.
Interesting. Have you done anything on it yet?
I posted a couple like whatever. What do you call them? They're not tweets, right? Are they hives? Are they bees? what is it called to
I
make a
don't know.
post on
I
Hive?
haven't done one. I am still
um,
on the Twitter bandwagon,
yeah.
so.
So like I jumped on it when everyone was jumping on it, but like I haven't actually. I don't think I've opened it up in a week or two.
For sure. I mean, that's a good idea. We never know. I
Mhm.
mean, if something is gonna pick up, so it's better if you have the first choice in a handle and everything
Definitely.
for your marketing. So, if we go back a little, we started with like the streaming part of your life, but if we go into the gaming part of your life, so when did you start playing video games?
When did I start playing video games?
Yes.
So my first video game ever was a Tetris ripoff called Crazy Bricks, and it's like bigger than a Game Boy, and it didn't have cartridges or anything like that. It just like it only has Crazy Bricks on it, and it's exact same rules as Tetris. Um, and then from there, I got into the Pokemon games. First the cards, and then the actual handheld game. So I had blue version. Did you play Pokemon?
A little bit.
A little bit. All right. So I had the blue version, and um, from there it was just basically if my parents would allow me to play a video game, I would play it. So there was a lot of Pokemon video games, a lot of Smash Brothers. Eventually got into StarCraft. That was my first Blizzard game. Was StarCraft. Um, I liked to play Zerg the most, and yeah. So I guess I later on it was like World of Warcraft, League of Legends, and then Hearthstone. That was like my video game path to Hearthstone, I guess.
And did you start playing Hearthstone at the beginning?
Beta was over, so by coincidence, like right where Classic is right now, I think that's when I started playing Hearthstone. Because like Sylvanas had already been changed, Unleash the Hounds had already been changed, and um, Eagle Horn Bow was the first change that I saw in the client. So I think it's like as Classic is now is when I started playing Hearthstone.
Okay. So it pretty much at the beginning, not beta, but pretty much at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I started a little after that, so we're not that far from each other.
Cool. When'd you start?
I started a year after beta,
Gotcha.
so there was still like there was an expansion on.
Was that Naxxramas was out?
I don't remember. I should go in my collection. Let me go in my collection and check it out. But while I do that, talking about that, what was your favorite expansion?
My favorite expansion?
Yeah,
I think
all time.
like flavor wise, I would say Knights of the Frozen Throne. I'm a big Lich King fan, so I was really stoked to see that come out, and I'm also really stoked to get Death Knights now. But definitely loved flavor wise Knights of the Frozen Throne. But for the meta, I have to give it to Kobolds and Catacombs. I think I had the most fun playing Kobolds and Catacombs meta of Hearthstone ever.
Okay, so that's your favorite one,
Definitely.
and the Lich King.
And I didn't like the
And
flavor of that one at all. I thought that was silly. But mechanically, I loved it. Like the cards that came in it were really good.
Okay, so Knights in the Frozen Throne, and right after Cobalt, so both. Um, I think I got. I think I started at the Grand Tournament.
Okay, cool.
I think that's where I started, because you know what? I think yes, because one of the thing that I remember is like when I started streaming and playing Wild, I had to buy lots of Goblin vs Gnome card. So I was like, why don't I have like some of the blue ones? And then I realized it's because I started playing after that.
Oh, so like that was your first experience with those cards was in Wild.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Well, no,
funny.
no. Well, no, because there was still some during the grand tournament, these cards, but I would just craft the one like with a new
Oh, okay. You
expansion,
never
you
opened
use the
any crafts.
card. Yeah, yeah. So I did have some of the legendaries that I crafted over the time before it got to wild because before that there was no wild.
Yeah.
Wild got after like 3 years, 4 years.
It was 2016.
Okay, so yeah, but yeah, okay. And do you like art on the card? Do you have a favorite art
I have a favorite art.
or a top three?
Maybe Raza the Chained, Fist of Draxus. These are
Good
all
choice.
golden arts.
Good choice.
Like I like them golden, I think. And then Mal'Ganis.
Good choice. And the hero skins.
Hero skins? I like a lot of those ones. There's this one of Jaina where she's at a festival I really like because she just looks so happy and the colors are, I think, really upbeat. I forget the name of it though.
Jaina
But
as a in a festival. Let me go and look at it. How do we know she's in a festival? How do we know?
I don't know. She's got a blue dress on and she's looking really happy. I wish I remembered the name of it, but like I like that one a lot. A lot of my favorite skins are Jaina skins. I think they
Festival
do a-
Jaina. Her name is Festival Jaina.
Okay, that's why it's sticking out.
Yeah, that's a nice
I
one.
really like the new one, the witch one of Jaina. It's pretty good.
Yes.
I've always liked Ragnaros.
Yeah.
Oh,
good
1K
ones.
Illidan and 500 Garrosh. Gotta give those a shout. I love those ones.
Okay, that's very good choices. Okay, so if you would make a tattoo of Hearthstone on your body, what would it be?
Shutterwalk.
What?
Easy. Shutterwalk?
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah. I like Shutterwalk. He's my favorite.
No, but it could have been like a coin, it could have been a card back, anything. Like Dragon Rider last week was talking about like her tattoo and she's put like literally a mana crystal and then like literally so many things from the game, which is very original.
Okay. So like not just a character, like
Anything. It can
I
be
hadn't really
like
thought about
a finisher if you play a little bit of Battleground.
that. You know what might be cool is like you know how each of the classes has its own symbol?
Yes.
Maybe just like a spattering of those. You know, like not all lined up in a row, but like maybe like little different sizes and all bunched together. That might be cool.
Good. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Let me know when you're planning on making it.
All right.
Do you have any tattoos?
I do not know. I like to say that I'm saving it for my midlife crisis because I was really into getting one when I was younger and I just could never pick. So I ended up not getting one. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, later on when I want to feel younger, I'll get one.
Good. So, for your midlife crisis, so if you're planning on having one, can you tell us a bit about your relationship status? Are you with someone
Oh,
so we
I'm
can
married.
so we can warm them? So we can
Oh
warm.
yeah. Oh well, I will definitely not have a midlife crisis that affects my marriage.
Okay.
I'm married. I've been married since 2016, so 6 years now. Her name's Renee. She's the best. Yeah.
Is she in chat?
Is she in chat? No, she's actually still working.
Okay. She's not a Twitch fan.
She doesn't actively use Twitch, no, but she sometimes she pops on and hangs out with my chat.
Nice. Shout out to Renee.
Awesome.
We got good information knowing that the midlife crisis is not gonna involve you, so that's good.
definitely not.
Good. Well, 6 years married, that is incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
since you're 18, like you were pretty young when you got married.
Like that's flattering. I'm not 24. I'm actually like a decade more than that. Yeah, I'm like 33, I think. Sounds about
You
right.
think? You think?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good, good, good. So I'm glad that we got confirmation on your age and that you were sure about
Important information.
it.
Yeah,
That's
it doesn't pop
great.
up a lot, so I don't think about it.
Well, yeah, well, that's amazing. 6 years of marriage, that is very impressive. Congrats on that.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you.
so, do you have, talking about house and relationship situations, do you have pets?
I do not know. Well, I guess I do. I have a plecostomus. It's a fish.
Okay.
Um, but no, I don't otherwise have a pet. We're thinking about getting a dog soon.
So, what is stopping you guys?
Just going out and like it's been like a pretty recent development that we've decided that we should get a dog. So we just have to actually like go to wherever we're going to get the dog from, so that she can like meet the dogs in person. We could pick one. Um, so hopefully we'll get one pretty soon.
Do you have a name?
A name for a dog? No, I'll probably defer to her on that point. He likes to name things. Uh, El Rey in chat is saying that I should tell you about my parents' dog. His name is Barkley, and he is the inspiration for us getting a dog. We watched him for like 2 weeks not too long ago, and we really, really enjoyed having a dog around. So he's a cute doggy.
I mean, it's so nice to have a presence in the house when you're there. You never feel alone. And animals love streaming, so they're a big
They
fan.
do.
So I know I need to get a cam for Bloom so you guys can see him all the time. My cat always stream with me, he loves it.
Bloom is your dog?
It's my cat, but it's a lynx.
Oh, okay.
So it's the size
It's a
of a
lynx.
dog, but it's a cat.
Wait, it's a real lynx?
So it's an Islander lynx. It is 3 times bigger than a normal cat, and it looks like a little tiger. It's really cute.
Wow, that's so cool.
I will bring him. He's currently doing his little routine. He has a routine every night.
All right.
Yeah. So he's doing his routine. When he's gonna be done, he's gonna meow at the door, so I will let him in.
All right, very cool.
But yes, and he loves to play with the keyboard. You're right, Mom. Does yeah, my mom's in chat. Does your parents
Okay.
are watch Twitch? Are they in chat? Are they?
Oh no, they sometimes they'll watch, like if I post a YouTube video, sometimes they'll check that out, especially if it's shorter, just because I'm on it. But they don't really follow Hearthstone. My parents were really big into Pokemon trading cards, but they haven't made the transition to Hearthstone in any way, so they don't really know what's going on.
Did they play Pokemon Go?
They do play Pokemon Go.
That was incredible. I loved Pokemon Go was like saved my life.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I stopped working for 3 months to raise Blue, my cat, my lynx. And it was an activity I could do every day. I would like walk for like hours, like sometimes 6 or 7 hours to hatch all my eggs.
It's relatable. I was the healthiest I've ever been, I think, as an adult when I was playing Pokemon Go. I was walking for like 3 hour walks, four times a week for months while I was into it. I just wish I wish you didn't have to play. You know how you have to stop there and like spin the ball and throw it? I just wish you didn't have to play that little mini game every time you encountered a Pokemon, and I'd probably still be playing at this point. It's just I felt that was really tedious.
Yeah, I feel it kind of sucks that it stopped because it was a great game. I feel there was like some problem they could have fixed So that's the thing for people to like continue and having a bit like having expansion and like new things to do and new ways to. Anyways, so
Yeah,
yes,
it would have been nice to see a few more improvements. And like Pokemon IP is really powerful, so uh, definitely a good way to motivate me to get outdoors.
I agree. I agree. So Pokemon, if you're hearing us, we are ready for round two. It just needs to be better. We are ready.
Definitely.
Good. So streaming, when you take that leap of faith of streaming, which is a bit like working for yourself, it's always it's always kind of difficult. You need the support of like your family or a significant other. And so tell us a little bit about how it went when you decided to go that route.
Well, I had the opportunity because I wasn't working from COVID, um, and I just wanted to like give it a real shot to know like can I do this? Because I'd always felt like I could, and I knew that I really wanted to. So it's the type of thing where if I'd never tried, I feel like I would have looked back on it and really regretted it. Um, so like I said, I was streaming for 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, and like listening to all the advice I could get. Um, and and then just later on, I transitioned to spending a lot more of my time setting up the YouTube just to be discoverable and get the extra source of income. Because if your YouTube's doing really well, you're getting income from that, and it's sending people to your Twitch stream, and you can get income from that. Um, uh, but yeah, so uh, I guess that's that's what I do with it. Do you have any questions about that specifically?
Well, it just like sometimes like well, for you it was a conjuncture with COVID, so like it made sense that people were not
Mm.
that much like reticent or like not that much on board. Sometimes it's like hard to explain. Yeah, I'm gonna play video games and people are gonna watch me and pay for me to play games. And for most people, it's just like, what? Tell us
Well,
a little bit more about that.
about like uh,
No, no, but I say like usually like when people say that you have to like explain to them in that
well, like
way.
what do I say when people ask me what I do?
Yes.
Um, so I say I'm a streamer. Okay, so first of all, I'm very lucky. My extended family actually has some influencers in it, so it wasn't a tough sell. They're already kind of used to people in the family doing that. They've already heard it from them. So because my cousins are influencers, so I basically just say like I play video games and then talk about um, subscriptions and advertising as far as like where the revenue comes from. But it is a little hard for people to get their minds around it as far as like uh, people just watch you play video games and then you get money. I think my grandma is still having a hard time understanding it. She keeps every time I see her and we talk about it, she thinks I'm in IT.
Well, that's good. My dad thinks I play poker.
Oh, okay, digestible.
Like games, money.
Yeah, yeah,
Online slots.
yeah. Playing cards and earning money. I think that's where the mind goes is to poker.
Yes. Okay. So what is are your plans for the next year?
What are my plans for the next year? Man, business as usual, really. So get a dog, keep making more YouTube, keep streaming. I'd like to get the Death Knight 1000 portrait within the next few months. Um,
What? Well, that's it. That is intense.
yeah, the Demon Hunter one I got in just over a month. It was a month and a week after it came out. I got it.
You played
What was
only
nice?
that class?
Yeah, I played only Demon Hunter. It's not as feasible this time around because at the time I was doing the 8 hours, 6 days a week of just streaming and no YouTube, and in Wild, Odd Demon Hunter was really strong. So like a really strong, really fast deck for that many hours a week, it was pretty easy to get there. But the best Death Knight deck is grueling. Like it's they're like 10 to 20 minute games if you win them, and it's not nearly as good. Especially in Wild. Well, I don't know about especially in Wild. It seems all right in Wild and unplayable in Standard, but so that they're slow games, you're less likely to win them, and I'm not spending as much time streaming. So when I do stream, it's much closer to 6 hours now. So it's like 4 to 6 depending on the day and what my YouTube plans are for that week. And then I go full days where I'm just working on YouTube now. So I don't spend nearly as much time streaming as I was when I was just when Demon Hunter was around. So we'll see how long it takes me.
Yeah, good luck on that.
Thank you.
Well, that's his good Christmas plans.
Yep. For Christmas, I'll go visit some family.
Less time playing to get the 1,000 portrait.
Yeah.
So, is your family in California?
Yes. So siblings are a little scattered, and parents are still around. My both my parents and mother-in-law are still in California.
Okay, good. Do you celebrate Christmas with a tree and some fake snow pushed in the back?
We have this we have this small tree, like maybe about that big, but like it comes all together. Like it's a fake tree and the lights are like attached to it. So we just have to bust it out and plug it in, and good to go.
Okay, so you don't like pick the tree at the market and then like. But I mean, at the same time, maybe it's more ecological to like have the same one for your life, and it's like one plastic one.
Definitely, I think we're living in an apartment at the moment, but when we get a house, I'm sure we'll reconsider our tree circumstances. But definitely for now, this is easy, budget friendly, and
Okay,
it does well.
good. So let's talk about Wild a bit. I
Sure.
mean, you're a Wild streamer, and there's not a lot of you guys. You're very small portion of the streamer. And so the decision to be a Wild streamer is easy and hard at the same time. Easy in the sense that like there's one big strong community that only likes Wild, and then there's also like you're like not expanding it to everyone that play Hearthstone. So tell me, how did you decided on playing just Wild?
It was an accident. The unintentional. So I actually liked all the modes. Like I liked Wild, I liked Standard, I liked Battlegrounds, and I was, like I said, like I'm not attached to doing streaming my own way. So like, the plan was stream whatever I want. Like I'm playing Hearthstone, and whatever I'm currently into, that's what I'm doing. But as I was cycling through that, and Odd Demon Hunter was really strong, and I was playing that a lot, I was picking up the Wild fan base. So the fans that I was accumulating were Wild, so I kept playing Wild. And I do like Wild slightly better than Standard, at least as of when I started streaming. Wild is my favorite of the two, but I liked them both. Before I was streaming Hearthstone, since Battlegrounds came out until I started streaming, I was mostly playing Battlegrounds because that was new and I was a little fatigued from playing as much Constructed as I did. But But prior to that, my Hearthstone experience was basically get to Legend in Wild, get to Legend in Standard, and then play another game. Um, but so yeah, I like it. The decision to only play Wild is because when I started having regulars, they were there for Wild, so I was playing what my regulars wanted me to see, or what my regulars wanted to see, and I do like it slightly best of them. These days, I don't play much Standard off stream because I haven't liked it as much. The nerf policy, um, like I would like Standard to get nerfed less than it does, and I'd like Wild to get nerfed more than it does. Like I feel like Wild gets way too little and Standard gets way too much. So like I can't get it attached to a Standard deck. Like I can't like get accustomed to individual cards because if they're any good, they're gonna get nerfed. And sometimes that's necessary, and sometimes I don't think it is. I feel like a lot of the time things get changed just because there needs to be change to be interesting for people who aren't me. So while getting changed less does make it a more attractive format for me.
Interesting. But I do understand where you're coming from because it's very like difficult to like you're learning a new meta and everything with the new cards, and then a week later it's a change, and so you need to tweak everything, and it changed the meta, so you need to readapt, and then a week later you get another one, so like put everything in the trash and start again.
Yeah.
I mean, if you you need to be like playing all the time to make sure that you understand what's going on in the meta. For a casual player, that must be very hard.
Yeah, so I have a complete collection, so that it is a little different for me. Like I get nostalgic, I get attached to cards as they are, and like I'll figure out what I like and want to jam that a bunch. But I can only imagine what it's like for someone with a limited budget playing Standard, and then your deck just gets destroyed because it's any good. I don't know. I like it less than I used to, but and still Hearthstone is fun.
Good. Okay, so in Wild, I mean, there's lots of different things that we know are not perfect. What is the thing that bothers you the most, except for the less nerfing part of things?
About the format itself?
Yeah.
I think like just early game ending combos, I think would be my biggest problem with Wild on average. There's just like the metas where you have to have like a dirty rat or something in your opening hand, and your opponent has to have exactly, it has to hit exactly the right thing, or else you've lost. That type of thing pops up pretty often. So like I like to be able to play out a game, and so I would like those to be tamed a little bit more often than they are.
Okay. And do you have an all-time deck that you hate?
All-time deck that I hate. I was probably the most miserable during Stormwind with the Demon Seed. When that was in Wild,
Yeah.
it was really unplayable. But the thing about that though is it was at least kind of fun to play. So it's hard to pick. Yeah, like so Demon Seed was rough. Ignite Mage was rough. Ignite Mage, and because that actually had the extra layer of people were animation cheating and to like to do way more damage than they were supposed to be able to do. So there was that. I guess just
that is so difficult to deal with, because the animation when you play like an APM deck for sure like slow you down, so it's very unfair.
As far as like the work in chat is pointing out Secret Mage, I will say that Secret Mage might be my like pet peeve deck. I know that like a lot of people view it as like the deck that keeps a lot of the most toxic decks from being playable in Wild, which I go back and forth on how much I agree with that, but it is itself like a pretty obnoxious play experience, and like because there's you've played against Secret Mage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So many of the plays against Secret Mage are you just kind of like guessing. You know, like you have no choice but to just kind of like play out a card and hope it's not the secret that ruins you. You can like figure out what it probably is, and it's one of three things, and depending which one it is has a completely dramatic result. There's nothing you can do about it. So like even when it's not overpowered, which I haven't had a problem with its power level, I think, ever, but just I don't have fun in those games just because it is just constant guesswork and like, all right, I guess I lost this game, or all right, I guess I won.
With the
So
amount,
that would be my pet peeve deck.
yeah, with the amount of secrets you have in Wild, that has an impact compared to us in Standard. There's like 5 or 6, and so we're like, okay, so let's test for that one. Yeah, no, you have like what, 30 secrets?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just a silly mechanic, I think. They have all the extra secret support too. So like, it's not like you can guess wrong and then recover. It's you guess wrong and you lose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you need to have smaller minions sometimes to do some testing.
Yeah.
A little Murloc on the board.
Definitely. But I would describe that as a pet peeve of mine. I don't think that like Secret Mage is at least currently, I don't think it's a big issue with the format. I don't think it's like ruining the fun of it. It's just kind of like when I face it, I have less fun.
Yeah. Objection, like chat mentioned, really pissed me off.
Yeah. Objection is so obnoxious because you like invest 6 mana in your minion, you don't even get the effect on it. Brutal.
Objection. Let's not talk about that card. Do you have talking about that? Do you have a nemesis on ladder?
A nemesis on ladder? Whoever my opponent is at the time, I really hope they lose. As far as like a singular person, I don't know. I try not to make deliberate enemies.
Which player do you play most or more often against?
Which player do I play the most?
There's a lot of people
that I see a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of people that I see a lot. But like, I don't always take the game very seriously. Sometimes a competitive deck will exist and I'll have a lot of fun just jamming it. But sometimes I'll just want to play whatever my goofy ideas are. So where I am on the ladder varies a lot by the day. So I wouldn't know who my my most common opponent would be.
We need names.
Give me a name. Pick one.
On top of your head.
How about mediocre? Face them sometimes.
Is there multiple mediocre?
Are there multiple mediocres?
I feel like every time I play Wild, I play against him.
Oh, okay. So he's your Wild nemesis. I think he just plays a lot.
Okay. Like constantly.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's a good one. But there's probably more than one. I cannot imagine.
Definitely. Yeah. Like I just like, I don't know. I guess that's just I guess the first Wild grinder that came to mind. But like I face like all kinds of people. So like on a given day I could have a nemesis. But as far as like someone that I see constantly throughout streaming, it I spend too much time on different parts of the ladder to see the same person often.
Okay, good. So what have you been reading recently? What was the last book you read?
I do not make enough time to read. I I get like, like I love video games, and now I'm spending a lot of time making YouTube and streaming. So like carving out at the end of that, like I want to be hanging out with Renee. And when I'm not doing that and I'm off stream, I'm likely either playing more Hearthstone or now I've been into Marvel Snap. So like I think I should make more time to read. I think I'd sleep better if I like instead of playing games right up until I was gonna go to bed, I like took some time to like read or something. I bought Sylvanas by Christy Golden not too long ago, and I haven't gotten around to actually cracking it open. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've read a book. Actually, I don't think I could tell you what the last book I read was.
High school,
But
baby.
that's the one I plan. That's the one I plan to read next. I used to be really into reading World of Warcraft books, and they are not all created equal. Some of the writers are not so good, but Christy Golden is one of the good ones. So I was looking forward to reading her book that she wrote about Sylvanas.
Good. We have a funny question from chat. Most disgusting thing you saw in another person's house?
Most disgusting thing I've seen in another person's house. Well, I've seen someone throw up in their house. That was pretty gross.
Yeah. But okay, but something that was there. Something. I will tell you mine. Maybe it's gonna help you out.
Lay it on me.
McDonald's fry that was 2 weeks old.
A McDonald's fry that was 2 weeks old.
On the floor of that person's house, which is a wild player.
Oh, okay. That's the most disgusting thing. Oh man. Oh no. I think I know what you're talking about.
I thought you were trapping me into saying that your accent.
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen anything like in somebody's house. I don't know that I've seen anything like extremely disgusting.
It's okay.
I saw my friend's dog like. Well, this is actually pretty gross.
Go over it.
They went into their backyard, ate their own feces, came back in, threw it up, ate it again, and then left. That was my buddy's dog.
Okay.
That's probably the grossest thing I've seen in somebody else's house.
You won, definitely.
Yeah.
You see? What are you watching right now? Do you watch any TV show, movies? What was the last TV show, movie you watched?
So the last one I finished was I rewatched Game of Thrones because I was watching House of Dragons. So that got me to rewatch Game of Thrones. Have you seen it?
Two times.
2 times? All right. What do you think of the ending of like the last season?
I love Game of Thrones. I haven't watched House of Dragons because I'm finishing 2 other series right now, so I don't want to mix them up. But Game of Thrones was like one of my all-time favorite series. But my favorite is Friends, and then Sex and the City,
okay.
and then Game of Thrones.
I've actually seen Friends all the way through like half a dozen times. Not because I like it that much, but it's Renee's like her go-to background show. So she'll just like put it up if she doesn't want to really like pay that much attention to what she's watching. So yeah, I've seen like all those episodes a bunch of times, just from being in the same room with it. It's an enjoyable show. Definitely has its moments. What I'm watching right now is One Piece, because a bunch of wild players keep talking about it in Discord. So I've been giving it a watch. There's 1,000 episodes, and I'm like 30 in or something like that. Not even. So I'll be at that for a while.
There's 1,000 episodes?
Mm-hmm. I don't even think it's over. I think they're still coming out with more.
What?
Yeah, right?
Eh?
Yeah.
I am. I didn't even know like there was series that would go that long.
Yeah.
1,000 episode. Wow, this is impressive.
Yeah, they've been at it for a long time. Because, like, One Piece was out when I was a kid, right? Like, right? Well, it's been going on forever. I wonder how long the seasons are. I haven't been paying attention to that. I've been just watching. I don't know how many episodes are in a season, how many they come out within a year, but
Crazy.
that's a lot of years.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, probably Empire Strikes Back. Star Wars.
Good choice.
Yep.
I watched Ready Player One recently, and I really liked it.
Oh, yeah? I have not seen that myself, but I was
You
vaguely
should.
interested.
It's definitely relatable to Twitch.
Oh, yeah? Cool. Oh, I'll put that on the list then. I think Renee's seen it and she liked it, so
It's really good.
See that.
You should watch it. Everyone in chat, go watch that movie. Okay.
Are you a
So,
superhero fan?
sorry?
Are you a superhero fan?
Superhero. I wish
Do you watch the Marvel movies?
I would be a superhero,
You wish you
but
would be a superhero?
yes. And my special power would be I'm still Terra Part 2, being able to sleep anywhere I want, everywhere I want, whenever I want. That is number one. Second is to be able to teleport myself, but with clothes on.
Important factor.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's like a twist that everyone puts in their teleporting characters nowadays is they're naked.
Yes.
It used to be that way.
Every time I say that, people are like, well, your clothes are not going to teleport though.
Yeah.
So you just end up in random places completely naked. So I now add this to the description of the superpower. So
Totally fair.
yeah, so that would be like my two favorite ones. Obviously, the teleportation would be like a little bit more wow, but definitely the sleeping part would be great. So yes.
Super handy.
So that is my latest discussion about superhero in chat. Okay, so now we get into the part of the interview where it's the scariest part, the stressful part, the food section of the interview.
Oh, okay.
So brace yourself.
I'm ready.
So we're gonna start light and sweet. So do you like coffee?
Yes,
Do you drink tea?
I do.
Which one do you prefer?
Coffee.
Coffee. How do you take your coffee?
On average, it'll just be coffee plus whatever flavored creamer is around. I prefer mocha most of all.
So you're a chocolate guy. You like chocolate.
I do. I love
Do you like
chocolate.
do you like pumpkin spice?
Yeah, I think I like it.
Okay,
I
after
don't love it
mocha.
like I love chocolate, but pretty good.
After mocha, what's the second one?
Hazelnut.
Is French vanilla somewhere?
I can go for it. It's all right.
Okay, so coffee with creamer, flavored creamer. So a little sugary.
I mean, like, I'll even drink coffee, just like pour a little bit of whole milk in it, and that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Do you drink beer or wine?
Beer more regularly, wine sometimes.
Do you like red or white wine better?
Red.
Okay, good. Are you a chef?
Not really.
So who cooks between Renee and you?
Usually Renee.
Okay. Is she a good cook?
Definitely. Absolutely.
Good. If you were going to impress Renee and do a romantic dinner, what would you cook? Don't
I
tell
could
me
pull
you
off
haven't done
hamburgers. I can do
that.
steak. Yeah, when I make stuff, it's usually like I'll get like pork loin and some whatever vegetable looks good, like broccoli or asparagus or something. Um, like marinate it in basic stuff, and yeah, just put it in the oven. Easy stuff. But if I was trying to like impress, we'd go like potatoes plus vegetable plus steak. It's easy enough that I can handle it, but it's steak. It's good.
Okay, good. So are you more of a vegetable or a fruit person?
Probably vegetables these days.
Okay,
Definitely fruit growing up.
top three vegetables and top three fruits.
Top three vegetables. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, asparagus in that order. Um, then apple, mango, boysenberry.
Oh, something I don't know. Boysenberry. What's a
Yeah,
boysenberry?
it's like I guess like if a raspberry had more of a cherry type of taste to it, maybe. They look a lot like raspberries, but they're darker and they have like a slightly sweeter taste, I guess. It's less tart.
Okay, I will check them out. I don't think we have them in Canada, but I will check them out. Okay, that's good. That's good. I like your confidence in choosing. I think, guys, chat, let's give a round of applause for the person that was the most efficient at giving the list. Okay, so are you more of a sweet or savory guy?
Sweet,
Sweet?
definitely.
What do you like as a sweet?
My favorite treat is ice cream.
Okay, favorite flavor?
Favorite flavor is I don't have a specific one, but the ice cream itself I prefer to be vanilla, and I like it to have chocolate things in it.
Like, okay, that's good. That's good.
But I'm very
Um,
versatile. Like when it comes to ice cream, I'll eat all kinds.
do you have
It's
a
great.
flavor you don't like?
I used to not eat pecan, but I haven't tried it in a long time. Bubblegum is gross, I think. That's the one where I've had it and I'm like, not worth it.
Well, it's a
Usually
kid
it's at
one.
least still ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well.
it's more of the colors. It's for the colors. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, even
Kid.
when I was a kid, I didn't like it. I just
Ah,
never liked it. Yeah. Renee likes it though. I
okay.
don't.
Interesting, interesting. So when you order in, what is your go-to?
I like orange chicken from so like Chinese food.
So Chinese food it is.
Hmm.
That's good. Do you
There's
like?
always pizza,
Oh,
uh, but like
that's a good one. That's a good one.
yeah,
Um, do you like cheese?
yes,
Top three
yes I do.
cheeses.
Munster, pepper jack, cheddar, I guess. Like Munster and pepper jack stick out. Oh, you know what? Brie. Nah, yeah, brie for sure. That's number three.
You like cantaloupe. You like
He likes those
He's a
cheeses.
brie fan.
Ah, okay. Oh my goodness. Brie is like brie can be disgusting, right? It's like you get the puff pastry and bake the giant wedge of cheese in the puff pastry and then like get slices of it and eat it with jelly. It's it's amazing, but I can't imagine there's a less healthy food. It's just revolting, but amazing.
Have you tried cutting the brie in half, like a big one, in a big pot for the oven, and then in the middle you put jam and nuts, and then on top you put real maple syrup, obviously, or honey if you don't have access to real maple syrup, and then grilled nuts and more jam.
That all sounds phenomenal. I have not tried it like that, though.
You need to try it. I will send you the recipe.
All right, very good.
And so you put the bread in and you just dip.
Awesome. Sounds phenomenal.
Good. Do you like smoked cheese?
Yeah. I wouldn't call it a favorite, but I like it.
So not a favorite, chat, so he's okay. He can stay.
Oh, you're not a fan?
No, it's the only type of cheese I don't like. It's the smoke version.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like small doses. I can appreciate it, but it's not like, you know, non-smoked cheese where I can just pound it.
Good. If I was to go in your in your fridge, sorry, and check, and would I see something unusual, something that like you guys love that not everyone would have in their fridge?
Oh, man, I wish I could remember. Okay, so Renee is her mother's side is German. So there's like oh my goodness. It's like they call it German meatloaf. And to me it tastes like don't tell her I said this, but it tastes like a brick of hot dog. That's what it comes off to me as. But she doesn't like that framing. But so it's basically just like, you know, hot dog, but instead of in like normal form, it comes off in like slices. So we have that.
Is it like Spam?
Not really, no.
No?
Yeah, it tastes exactly like hot dogs. It's like,
but in a
exactly
brick.
so.
A brick
Yeah.
of hot dog. Okay, good. And what is it called?
It's something queso. I hear her say it, but I never actually verbalize it myself.
Okay. No, it's okay. It's difficult, German.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did great. You were able to go through the food question. Good job. So now we end with chat question.
All right.
And after that, you're free to go.
I think it's Laborwurst. I think that's what it's called.
Laborwurst?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And if not, like, which one's Fleischkäse? Those are the two things. I think it's the first one, Laborwurst. All right, cool.
Okay, so there's a couple of questions that you answered already during the interview. But there are some very cool ones. What's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon is Bonsley. You can see him right next to my head.
Yes. Why is it that Pokemon?
I just thought he was ridiculous. I like ridiculous things. So there's this movie that came out way back, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. And Bonsley tries to steal the food from the main characters. And when they catch him, he starts crying. And they're about to like let him get away with it. And then one of the characters is like, he's not actually crying, he's using fake tears. And Bonsley like snaps to it like he's been caught, and then runs for his life. And I that's just always tickled me. He's a funny little guy.
Good. It's an interesting choice of Pokemon. You're the first one to say that.
I am a big Lucario and Charizard fan. So
Ooh, okay.
maybe you've heard those ones before.
Yes, definitely. Well, I am more of a Pikachu fan. Everyone say I look like Pikachu, so.
My mom's a Pikachu fan.
See, we look like each other a lot.
Yep. Definitely.
What is your all-time favorite game outside of Hearthstone?
All-time favorite game outside of Hearthstone. Um, well, card game it would be Pokemon, um, and video game probably Smash Brothers. Either that or World of Warcraft, but those are the ones that like I think I really liked.
Yeah, I agree. Outside of Hearthstone, mine is Mario Party 2.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I've
I like
played
the I
like
like the first three a
I,
lot.
I've played probably like 10 years.
Of two.
Yeah, Mario Party 2.
Yeah.
Still is in my parents' basement ready for Christmas. My parents are like, we like wash your Nintendo and everything for your Christmas session.
That's what's up.
My mom and it's the translucent green Nintendo.
I had a generic one.
Yeah.
I had the just the black one.
Okay. We had the green one.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, so how do you feel about the new discard warlock overlords in Wild?
It's a spooky deck. I'll say that.
Okay.
I think it's actually kind of fun to play. I was playing it yesterday for a video. It's the type of thing that I imagine will get old real quick, but as a shiny new way to play discard warlock, I think it was fun. But it's definitely a little. They should probably keep an eye on it. We'll see.
Okay, good. Where is the last country you visit? What is the last country you visit?
Uh, Canada. I have been there twice, and it is the only country I've visited other than here.
Where in Canada?
Amazing question. The time I was there most recently, I was there overnight as a waypoint to Alaska, and I do not remember the name of it. I think it's the. I don't remember what the city was. I didn't stay there long.
You came to Canada without coming to see me.
Misplay.
Misplay, indeed. I'm gonna emote you right now. And so, what is your top 5 countries to visit?
If I was to pick, I've always wanted to go to Egypt. I really want to see the pyramids and the Sphinx and all that. I would love to go there. The other one that I'm big interested into would be Japan. And then after that, like I haven't really thought much about it. I think anywhere. Oh, I'd like to go see New Zealand. To see the set of the Lord of the Rings. That'd be fun.
And what about the site of Bridgerton in the UK?
Where?
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton. What's in Bridgerton?
No, it's a girly show in
okay.
the UK.
Yeah. After that, I think it starts to get pretty equal after that. I might like to go see Antarctica. I think that'd be cool. It's not really a country, but.
Well, Mr. Beast was there last week, no?
I heard.
Yeah. I saw his post. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
You have any link with Mr. Beast?
I don't know. Hey, it's just, sometimes people will retweet him or something, or his tweet will be like in the, you know how it's like popular tweets, and then somebody that you've never followed and has nothing to do with you will be there. Like it'll show up in that section sometimes.
Yeah, oh, of course. Okay, well, you completed the quest. Your daily quest is now completed.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for coming to the interview. We really appreciate that. I hope we didn't traumatize you that much.
Oh, it's fun. Thanks for having me on.
Good. And we're gonna say hello to Renee. Hello to your future pet, which we don't know the name.
Very
But
good.
it's
I'll pass it
coming.
along.
It's coming. Oh, last thing. Do you have Instagram?
No, I don't have one.
Okay, because we were trying to find you on Instagram and we were not able to.
Yeah, I haven't set one up.
Okay, so we're focusing on Twitter, Hive, and Twitch, and YouTube.
Yeah. Well, Hive exists, but no effort is planned for it. It's like
Okay.
a backup, I guess.
Okay, good, amazing. So, so we will see each other on Twitter then.
Sounds good.
So have a great evening, and hopefully you're gonna make a romantic dinner to Runny soon enough. Especially since how you describe it, when she's gonna watch the episode, she's gonna be like, "When is it coming?"
For sure.
Okay, so have a great evening, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah. Have a good one.